So this is one of the stories that I wanted to tell for a long time, and it's a very important story. It's the story of the Virtuo guitar, and I suppose really how it was inspired. So Davy, you are the inspiration of the Virtuo guitar, along with, I must say, Johnny Gallagher and Mark Black, and it all started way back during lockdown that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
I think it's 4 years ago this week or next week that I started the live shows.
Yeah.
Way back 4 years ago. So time's flying.
So the world kind of stopped, and you're a full-time musician.
Yeah.
And as so many others did, what you decided to do was go and play from your.
That's right. It was a hard time for musicians. Basically, that whole industry, the bars, musicians, etc., just ceased. So it was a tough old time. So myself and a lot of other musicians decided to do this live streaming, and basically it kept us going for, well, I don't know how many I done in a row. It must have been 70 odd, I think. And then I was doing other wee things outside that as well. So a good 100 live streams maybe.
Yeah.
Over that period, But that was a done thing every week. It was just something to look forward to every week.
It was every
Saturday. I done every Saturday night.
That's
right. Yeah.
And so you went from playing with a band to then playing by yourself and having to put on what was at one stage had become a 4 hour long show.
I started off about an hour and a half, 2 hours, then it went on to about 4 hours, and you just don't know, the time's flying when you're playing. You don't really keep track of time. I was enjoying it at that stage.
Yeah. So and the thing that inspired me very much was how you were using, well, not just one instrument but multiple instruments, but all by yourself to fill out a full performance, and like it never felt like you were just watching Davy. It was like you were watching a band. And I think it was to do with the style of your music. You were doing a lot of looping and and transitioning back and forward between acoustic and electric guitars and stuff. And maybe you just show us a wee bit about what you do and how you do it.
Well, at that time when I was doing the lives, I'm sure you've saw it. I had the acoustic guitar that would have looped the foundation sounds into, and then I was reaching up for an electric guitar behind me that was hanging on the wall, and coming down playing a lead solo and putting them back up again and reaching for the acoustic guitar. I'm sure you've seen that. But basically what I used to do on the live show was, as you mentioned, I have the looper here. And what I would do, I would put down a foundation, something like and the loop will keep playing. And I would add other things on it, like bass. And then it gives me the freedom then to play a lead solo or whatever, and I was always reaching. So that was the way it worked. So I put the foundation in, and then I was always reaching for the electric guitar. And this is where this.
Yeah. I mean that's
this does everything for me basically.
It does everything. Yeah. So I mean, I was watching that, and I suppose it was actually quite entertaining as well, because you made that all part of your whole thing, and you were very seamlessly
mistakes
able
and all. Yes, there were a lot of mistakes.
Able to move from one instrument to the next.
Yeah.
So it was very entertaining. But so I was watching that, and I was watching Johnny Gallagher, and he was kind of doing something similar as well.
Yes.
And he was doing a lot of his sets on the X10 that we had back then, and so he was playing the X10 and using the Creepo humbucker on that.
That's right.
For a lot of his electric sounds and stuff, and then watching Mark, and Mark was doing something very similar to you, and changing instruments, and I thought, well, there's something here. And it was fantastic because, like, the three of yous are within a stone's throw of each other.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you're outside of Donegal. The other two are in Donegal. You're just in the border.
Yeah.
And but watching that was very inspiring. So I thought, well, is there some way we could kind of bring the whole lot together? And that's where the idea of the Virtuo came. And I don't think I realized just how much it was going to be such a success. Because really what I was wanting to do was be able to combine the acoustic and the electric, and take it a step further than what we've done on the X10. So on the X10 we had the Creepo humbucker, which really was acoustic designed humbucker.
Yes.
But then watching you, I knew I needed something that you could properly shred on.
That's right.
You know, if you're going
In
to play
fact, it was the
something
X10 that you approached me with to start with, if you remember.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer as well, because obviously I didn't still have to reach for the guitars off the wall. But now this, with the dedicated Fishman Fluence pickups, is electric guitar and acoustic guitar. That's basically, that does all. For what I was explaining was, for example, that loop that I just played, I'd have been reaching up then and bringing down an electric guitar and button this here, a few quick switches, and it is the electric guitar then. So if I can just show you what I mean, I'll play that loop again. Now I've changed to electric. There's no reaching. It's all here and here. Just so it's brilliant for that.
And it's been so exciting for me because, you know, I always wanted to build an electric guitar, but I never felt that there was a reason for me to just build another solid body electric guitar. Mm-hmm. So, you know, at Emerald Guitars, our world is acoustic guitars.
That's right.
So this has kind of brought my urge to build an electric guitar in line with building acoustic guitars, and I think it's come together and it's made something that really doesn't compromise too much on either acoustic or electric.
No, it doesn't.
And hopefully together gives you something even bigger.
It does. I mean, that's what I mean, just touching on the acoustic and the electric side of things. You can blend the two as well. You've got the MIDI, there's so much this thing can do.
Bring so many sounds in.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get the chance to kind of sit down with you, you know, remember back on where it all came from, and I suppose say thank you.
Oh, so thank you.
Thank you for inspiring what has become the best-selling guitar in Emerald Guitars. And you know, for those who don't know, you know, Davy started off as somebody who was inspiring me as a musician, but now works full-time on the team here at Emerald Guitars, in the sales team, as well as still pretty much being a full-time musician.
I still keep my hand on it. Yeah, I still keep the music going.
So yeah, and I mean it's the best of both things. It's having musicians that are here passionate about the instruments that they're selling. But yeah, so thanks Davy for that, and thanks to Johnny Gallagher and Mark Black as well, and to all the other musicians I suppose that have inspired me over the years. And you know, I've always said that I'm inspired by music. I'm not a guitar player. I'm a wannabe guitar player. But I'm always inspired by the music that people make, and that's what inspires me to design these instruments. So thanks.
I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you so much.